Karthik. So I am a travel enthusiast. I love driving. This particular video is going to be about my recent travel for the first time after the COVID pandemic started easing off a little bit, or at least the restrictions started easing off a little bit. So this video is going to tackle a couple of questions that a lot of us might have about the Unlock 5.0 guidelines, traveling from Delhi to Uttarakhand. I'm going to divide this video into three parts. Number one, what was the homework and the research that I did and what are the learnings from that? Number two, what sort of actual on-ground things did I find over there? So what are the regulations in place in terms of traveling across borders? Number three, what are the precautions that I took? Okay, so start karte hain. Let's talk about part number one, which is what is a bit of the research that I did, what sort of homework do you need to do before you plan travel. I had checked out a lot of vlogs on YouTube. I had checked out a lot of websites to understand कि अभी currently regulations क्या कहती हैं. Do you need a COVID test? Do you not need a COVID test? Do you need an e-pass to travel? Is there a specific number of days that you need to stay and book a resort or a homestay for? So abhi, as of now, Unlock 5.0 officially says you do not need a COVID test. You do not need anything else in terms of even a minimum stay requirement while you're there. Now, through all of these vlogs, मेरे को थोड़ा confusing information ही मिला, which was that some people were telling me that COVID test भी होता है. Officially just the e-pass would do, even that is not required, but at the border कहीं पे रोक के COVID test भी on the spot करते हैं, and if in case you are found positive, you will be quarantined in an institution, so institutionally quarantined in the state itself, which was a bit scary, but we still ended up just taking the plunge and seeing what really happens. Generally checking around with the hotel that I was staying at, that is something I really recommend. आप जहाँ पे भी रुक रहे हो, जहाँ पे भी बुकिंग कर रहे हो, सबसे पहले आप उनसे पूछो कि किस तरह के वो सेफ्टी नॉर्म्स प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. एंड इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट कि रेगुलेशन खत्म हुई है कि नहीं. You need to also still be safe because the COVID numbers are still out there. There are cases. You need to practice your safety. So I did check with the hotel I was staying at in terms of what are they practicing. So they have rooms which are sanitized before people are coming in. As soon as आप आते हो, आपकी गाड़ी से लगेज निकलता है, वो सैनिटाइज होता है. They spray you down with sanitizer. So all that I checked beforehand. One main thing you need to check is, especially when you're booking with somebody in advance, check with them about उनके particular area में or in their district or in their locality, what are the norms being followed. So कई बार ऐसे भी होता है कि at the border nothing is happening officially. A lot of localities have their own rules and regulations in place. Some people might still ask for a COVID negative test, right? So keep that in mind. यहाँ पे what I found was these guys told me कि आप e-pass तब भी करवा लो to be on a safer side. E-pass कहाँ से करते हैं? That basically is available on the Smart City Dehradun website. I will be sharing the link along with this video. उसमें भी it's a bit of a strenuous exercise, but remember to only try to do it earliest 1 week before your actual booking date, because it will not accept dates before that, dates after that. So मैंने भी एक हफ्ता पहले ही करवाया था. What do you need to fill out the e-pass on the Smart City portal? You need the आरोग्य सेतु app. So उसको आप डाउनलोड करो फोन में. It has a basic simple questionnaire कि how are you feeling currently? Do you have any chronic diseases? Are you in contact with a lot of COVID scenarios? Are you from a cordoned off zone, etc.? So fill out these couple of questions initially. जैसे आप डाउनलोड करते हो, couple of things initially आपसे पूछी जाती हैं. Fill those out. It will either give you a green status or some other status depending on how at risk you are, right? E-pass वाले फॉर्म में आपसे ये पूछा जाएगा कि do you have the आरोग्य सेतु app in your phone currently, and are you in the green status or not? Most of you, if you're not in a containment zone, if you're not a medical practitioner or somebody who's in contact with patients, most of you would be absolutely fine and in the green zone. Another part is it's going to ask you whether you have a COVID test report which has been done in the last 72 hours or not. Nothing to worry about here. आपने नहीं भी करवाया, जैसे मैंने नहीं करवाया था, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Just say no over there. It's going to ask you if you've traveled from an international destination to India, or if you're traveling domestically. If you're traveling domestically, कहाँ से आ रहे हो? Within that particular state, for me it was Delhi. Are you from a containment zone, etc. So basically, what they're trying to do is categorize people into various risk zones. Again, this is just a formality for the e-pass. Once you have your e-pass, download it. मैंने एक और precaution ले लिया, अपनी booking की receipt as well as e-pass. Although I had virtual copies, अगर checking होती है, आपको पता ही है कैसे होता है इंडिया में, it's always more convenient to have a hard copy with you. मैंने printouts ले लिए थे, kept them with me in my wallet, just on the safer side. Now this is a bit of the research I did and a bit of the homework that I had taken care of. Part 2, let's talk about what actually happened on the ground. So part 2, on ground realities. Delhi to Uttarakhand travel में what is the ground reality? मैं अपनी खुद की गाड़ी से गया था. And this I'm saying a 4-wheeler. I and my co-passengers, we had our masks on most of the way, especially at checkpoints, etc. Now e-pass हमने download कर लिया था for safety sake, but कहीं पे check नहीं हुआ. Yes, there were 2 or 3 places where police personnel / officials were present, but we weren't really sure कि वो generally masks check कर रहे हैं या 2-wheelers वगैरह को ज़्यादा रोक रहे थे, तो maybe they were checking for helmets or XYZ any other reason. गाड़ियों को generally रुकते हुए नहीं देखा. There were also things that I heard during my research that तब भी रोक के लोगों को एक separate area में ले जाते हैं, which is like a parking lot kind of thing. वहाँ पे camps बने हुए हैं, उनमें कोविड टेस्ट हो रहा है. अगर आप पॉजिटिव होते हो तो देन यू आर सेंट टू एन इंस्टीट्यूशनल क्वारंटीन. नथिंग लाइक दैट. वी वर नॉट इवन स्टॉप्ड. ई पास भी नहीं मांगा गया. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, प्लीज मेंटेन ऑल योर प्रिकॉशंस. इट इज स्टिल नॉट वेरी सेफ टू ट्रैवल. सो ideally nothing happened. We were in our car, we were being safe, kept our masks on. Please do that as well for your own safety also. We crossed over smoothly, and so Delhi to UP to Uttarakhand was our route. We crossed over smoothly, we reached our hotel. Now in terms of on ground realities, when I talk about what is happening in the local area as well, so Uttarakhand, maybe you see a lot of people, at least in Lansdowne I saw a lot of people are still practicing this safety measures. A lot of people are not as well, but keep your masks on, guys. It's very simple, at the minimum, and try not to be very close to each other. Still, COVID is still very much a reality. हमारे होटल में, which is the Peaks and Pines Resort in Lansdowne, they are still following a lot of safety measures. As soon as we parked our car, we came in. सबसे पहले हाथों पे hand sanitizer spray हुआ था. We were sprayed down a little bit. Once we came in, reception desk pe there were markings where we could stand. The people, the staff that greeted us at the reception, they checked us in. They were wearing face shields. उन्होंने mask भी पहने हुए थे. Following all safety precautions, they were wearing gloves as well. So very decent way of checking guests in. Very safe measures. Post that, जब ये सब चल रहा था, हमारा luggage पीछे निकल गया था गाड़ी से. वो अलग से स्प्रे डाउन हो रहा था. इट वॉज बीइंग सैनिटाइज्ड. सो लॉट ऑफ दीज मेजर्स वर टेकन केयर ऑफ. Rooms are also being sanitized beforehand, before people check in. So these are a couple of on-ground realities, that are really there, at least in the Lansdowne part of Uttarakhand that we experienced. Okay, so part 3. Part 3 is more about the kind of safety precautions that you can also take. So couple of things were, I'll just put them up on screen. तो हमारा सिंपल था यार, होटल सब कुछ अपनी तरफ से भी कर रहा है, तो यू गॉट टू स्टिल टेक योर ओन सेफ्टी मेजर्स. हमने क्या किया है, वी गॉट पिलो कवर्स अलोंग विद अस, बिकॉज अगेन यार, दिन भर आप प्रिकॉशंस ले सकते हो. व्हेन यू आर स्लीपिंग, यू आर कॉन्स्टेंटली टचिंग अ सर्फेस फॉर 7 to 8 hours easily. So pillow covers we got from home. We got 2 bed sheets from home, one to spread on the bed, one to act as an inner lining that touches us in the blanket, right? So we just put it under our blanket basically. So इससे फायदा क्या हुआ कि we were kind of, we were assured that we are not really touching any surface for too long, which may or may not be too clean, and you can't really spray down an entire bed and bed sheet, right? बहुत tedious task हो जाता है. This was safer. We carried in the car, for example, we carried 2 small hand sanitizer dispensers. That was a very easy thing. उसके साथ क्या फ़ायदा हुआ कि जहाँ पे भी बीच में चाय का स्टॉप ले रहे थे और लू ब्रेक्स ले रहे थे, try to avoid touching other surfaces as much as possible. Once you're back in the car, before you touch the steering wheel, before you touch anything else, just try to use the hand sanitizer. Keep cleaning your hands. That's the safest thing you can do. गलती से मुंह पे नाक पे मत लगाइए. Do not touch your mask and your nose area especially a lot. Now apart from those, we also carried a spray जिससे कि हमने रूम में आते ही होटल में चेक इन करते ही we kind of just sprayed it on most of the common surfaces that we may touch, like आपके seats हो गए, आपके tables हो गए, maybe also the bed area also, right? Not very thoroughly, but just the common surfaces that you may touch, may get in contact with the handles on doors, on glass panels, etc. So those are a couple of things that we did that you can also try to ensure while you're traveling. See, guys, things are easing up, but again, safety is in your hands. Be safe for yourself, for your families, and be safe for the people that you're coming in contact with in remote areas as well. So hilly areas, the medical facilities aren't really as good as you have in the plains and in the cities. Try to ensure safety for everyone around you. That's the least we can do. Travel safe, have fun, but be responsible.